Hi everyone, Kate here from MakingSenseMatter.com, a frugal living blog where I write about tips and tricks our family of 5 is using to help us save money and become debt-free. And today I want to show you how we set up our budget for the week of December 10th through December 16th. I want to say first that I'm not using anything fancy right now, just a classic Happy Planner that I got super cheap at Michael's with a sale and a coupon, but I do have their 2019 budget planner, which I will be using next year. I've been asked to show how I do my budget quite a few times, so I figured I'd just give you a sneak peek. This is a pretty light week, as you'll see. There really is only one bill due, but then there's also our weekly income, which I'll talk about in a minute. But for now, I want to get my pages set up for the week. At the very top of the first box is where I keep track of our income. Our income is currently salary paid weekly, but that will change in the month of January. At the bottom of the first row of boxes is where I like to keep track of our savings. How much do I need to send to each savings account this week? And I'll get to that in a second. The second row of boxes is where I keep our expenses, so any bills that are due for the week, and how much I take out for cash envelopes. And these are pretty much the only expenses I put here. I know this week will look pretty bare, but some weeks there is a lot. And then finally, the bottom row is where I keep track of our other spending. And by that, I mean what was spent on the debit card. This can include fuel, every time I fill up my car, when I have any co-pays for doctor's appointments, any prescriptions that I need to pick up, and so on. And then at the very bottom, where the highlighted spaces are, is where I like to keep a running tally of our income. We do use a zero-based budget, so I just like to make sure that every penny is given a purpose. And here you see here, I'm double checking, making sure we do only have that one bill due for the week. And the goal here with my budgeting is to have a surplus so that we can send it to our debt. And some weeks that just doesn't happen. Now I'm going to mark our income and our savings. I don't mark income until it is deposited. I do know a rough estimate of what will be paid, but it can change based on the benefits that were taken out the week before and so on. But I just like to mark it when we actually get paid. I also like to mark our savings. I currently am saving in 3 different accounts. They're kind of like our sinking funds. One is for our non-monthly bills, like our quarterly bills. One is for our gifting, so any birthdays, donating that we do throughout the year, Christmas and so on. And then the final one is $15 a week towards a sinking account for my husband's company truck. They like to take it all lump sum now, and I just like to not be surprised when there's a shorter bill that comes. And then finally, I like to mark how much cash I take out. Now here on the side, I'm going to go down for what I usually take out for cash envelopes for the week. I don't always take out cash for every single envelope, but some envelopes I do put a cap on. And so I just like to mark it on the side as a reminder. That way, if I'm not taking out cash for that envelope for the week, I simply just cross it off. This way I know that the category wasn't forgotten, it just wasn't needed for that week. So the categories I'm writing down now are food, 160, household including toiletries at 20, vacation for the summer is 20, lunch for the kids during school in January is 10, personal for me is 10, but you can see I already crossed it out, meaning I'm not taking any personal money for me this week. My parents get 10, and then the remaining 3 all have a cap, and whether they get taken out or not depends on how much is in the envelope. Pets, clothing, and fun each at 20. Now here on Wednesday, I'm also going to make a note that if there is anything left over before the next paycheck comes in, I can send it to our current debt snowball. And then from here, I'm just going to decorate it with some quotes for some motivation. I really like this one. Successful people never worry about what others are doing. It sounds like a very appropriate quote on our debt-free journey. Then I'm just looking to see if there's any other stickers that I want to use. And I'm going to go for this Squad Goals book. It makes it look a little bit more festive. Now, I don't want to overcrowd my spread because it does need to remain functional for me. I need to put in what I put in for the fuel. I need to be able to mark some things down just as reminders. But at the same time, if it is a completely boring spread, I won't come back to it. I need that eye candy, so to speak. How do you guys budget? Do you guys budget with electronically? I know a lot of people love using spreadsheets. I personally cannot. I do have a spreadsheet with our debt total tally and like what our payments are and how much is remaining on our balance, but I don't use it for budgeting week to week. I much prefer this pen and paper. There's something a little bit more painful about it as I'm writing down what we actually spent when we overspend, and there's something a little satisfying about when there's that surplus and I can say, yeah, we've got that extra debt payment. And so that's it for the week. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know by liking the video. If you want to see how I fill in the budget for the week, leave me a comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and see you next time.